I've started my drawing of my sleeve here for the tolerancing. Let me just say I drew the circular view first and then projected lines over from it to make the side view. I thought that was easier. Let me see. Now I'm going to put a chamfer on there. So it's up here under the fillet command, chamfer. And I'm going to tell it the distance. It's 0.06. That's the first distance, and the second distance is also 0.06. Now I can select the first line and the second line. Enter to bring it back. Select the first line and the second line. There I go. Now I'm going to put an edge here because that thing was chamfered. And now I'm also going to offset in my circular view. I'm going to offset that circle 0.06. Click and offset to the inside to represent that chamfer. What else? Now let's start thinking about the dimensioning. Some of the dimensions are just good old standard dimensions, aren't they? Oh, you know what? Before we do that, we better go look at our viewport scale. Because if I put dimensions on now, and then I go to my viewport, they'll be the wrong size and I'll have to start over. I hate that. So let's go to the viewport, the paper space here. This is a small part, as we mentioned, so let us try. Let me open the viewport. Right now it's at 1:1. Let us try a scale of 2:1 and see what happens. 2:1, and I'll pan. That does fit better, doesn't it? That looks pretty good. The very next thing I'll do is double-click to close my viewport. Okay, my viewport scale is 2:1. That means my drawing scale factor needs to be 1/2. So I'll go to the Annotate tab, Dimension Style, and I'll modify. I'll go to Fit, and under Scale, instead of a scale of 1, I'll have a scale of 1/2. Weird, huh? All right, so now, hello, now my dimension should be okay. It looks tiny, but when I go to my 2:1 scale in paper space, it'll be just the right size. All right, so on and so forth, and I have another dimension here, don't I? Notice how I'm not clicking out in space, I'm clicking on the corner of the part that I'm interested in. Okay, now I'm going to set a new dimension style for that 750 dimension plus 5 minus nothing. So I'm going to go to the dimension style, and I need a new style. I need to keep my standard, but I'm going to set a new style. I'm going to name this plus 005. I probably can't use special characters. Let's see if it allows it. Oh, it did. Okay. And now I'm going to go to the Tolerances tab. And what method do I want? I want deviation. Watch the preview window change when I select it. See, now it's got deviation stuff. And for the upper value, I want 5 thousandths. I don't need to worry about those trailing zeros. It'll ignore them. So my upper value is 5 thousandths. My lower value is 0. And very important, I come down to the zero suppression area and I check leading. So suppress the leading 0. Okay. And I want to make sure that's my current style so I can put a dimension on. Now, that is the tolerance on the inside diameter. I cannot put that in this view with the hidden lines, can I? Not allowed to dimension to hidden lines. So I'm going to put it in this circular view. I'll go get a diameter dimension, and I'll click on that inside thing, and looky there. There's my tolerance automatically put in, just like I want it. Now I'll make another style for this outside diameter. It's plus nothing minus 2. Okay, so I'll start with one of the styles, it doesn't matter which one, and I'll make a new. I'm going to click new, and I'll call this minus 0.002. Continue. And in the Tolerances tab, again, for the method, I will select Deviation. I'll leave the precision at 3 places. And this is plus nothing minus 2. So plus a bunch of zeros minus 002. And I want to make sure that I check Suppress Leading 0. OK. And that's my current style now. Close. Now I'll put a dimension on this outside diameter. Oh yay! So look at this. I have 3 different styles. One is standard for these more plain looking ones. Here's the plus 5 and here's the minus 2. They're all different. Goody goody. What else do we want to do? Let us go to paper space. I'm not done yet. I need to do, okay, fine. I need to do 2 other things. I'll go back to my standard style, and I'll dimension this 3/8 hole, and I'll get a leader, multi-leader. I hope this works. And I'll click on my chamfer, and it won't work. You know why? I forgot to set my scale. See how giant that arrow is? Okay, so that won't work. I need to go to my leader style. Here it is. I'm in the Annotate tab, Leader panel. Click that down thing. I'm going to, that's the only leader I have, so I can just modify this one. And leader format is okay. Leader structure. Ha! Under the scale, I need my scale to be 0.5, just like my dimension scale is. Okay. Close. Now I will zoom in here and get a leader. I'll click on that surface of the chamfer. Yes, now it's the same size as the other stuff. 0.06 times 45. What's the shortcut for degrees? Percent D. Yay! Okay. So there's that. Now I'm going to go to paper space and get this finish all over thing in there. I could put it in model space, but then I'd have to figure out how tall to make the text. I think I'll just put a note in paper space. And so where are we? It's going to go down here. I'm in the dimension layer. Yes, that'll be good. And I'll write, I'll get some M text and make my box for my M text. And I'll write FAO space. And now I'm going to write 63 micro inches, I think I will write the inches first, and then I will come back in and add the micro, just in case it changes anything. So where do I get that micro symbol? Here we are, the MText editor is open, so I go to this symbol thing and drop it down to Other, and the font I am in is Arial. These things are hard to find. They put them way down here. We're looking for the Greek alphabet, and it's about a third, 2/5 of the way, a quarter of the way down. There are various other alphabets. Why they don't put the Greek closer to us, I don't know. There are some Greek letters. And we are looking for, you might recognize pi. We are looking for the lowercase mu, and there it is right there. It looks like a handwritten capital M that somebody squished sideways. It's got a little tail hanging down. So I'll click on that. That's the one I want, so I'll click Select. And now I need to copy it to my clipboard, so I'll click Copy. And now I can close this thing. And here I can right-click and select Paste, or I can Control V, and it put a line break, so I'll do a backspace to get it back up there. All right, there is my text. It looks small, but that is 1/8 inch high text, I believe. Ooh, is it? I better check that. I'm going to do a list command, LI for list, and I'll click on this thing, enter, and it says text height 1/16 of an inch. Well, that's not good. That should have been a text height of 1/8. I messed up. I forgot to enter the text height first. So I think I will just, what shall I do? I'll just scale this. Sometimes that's faster. It needs, so select objects, yes I did. Base point, scale factor, I need to make this twice as big because it's 1/16 of an inch, it needs to be 1/8 of an inch. There, now that's the right size. Goody. What else is happening? Down here in my title block, let me go look at my bill of material. This is going to be SAE 1020. So I'm going to leave the title of my bill of material here. It's right here. This is the description that I need to change. So I will edit this text, and instead of mild steel plate, I will write SAE 1020. Okay, and now this is not a mounting bracket. This is a sleeve, and this is not assignment 1. This is assignment 15. Enter. And I am doing it today, so I'll change my date, and that's my name, so my name is good. All right, now we might be done. I think we are done. Did I forget anything? Probably not. Oh, goody. Okay, there's my drawing. And I fit it into my viewport at a... Oh, yes! I did miss one thing. My viewport scale is 2:1, isn't it? Double click and close that again. That means in my title block, I need to change the scale 2:1. There we go. Okay, now I'll change the date and name and I'll be good.